Hello, and welcome to Blueprints. I literally know not a damn thing about this game. I've never seen it. That's not entirely true. I have seen incredibly little about this game. I know it plays kind of like Resident Evil 1, but I know it's very puzzle-oriented, and that's where my knowledge stops. I know effectively nothing about this game. All I know is that I was kind of... Like, my friend Catlink bought this for me and was just like, when you play it, let me know and give me your full, and I expect your full report. And I was just like, okay. So here it is. I'm playing Blueprints because we went from very action focused and like strategy focused to now puzzle focused. So I want a good puzzle right now. So let's get into it. I have my nice little lap desk in front of me and piece of paper. So that way when I look down and take notes, I can mumble to myself into the microphone instead of away from the microphone. Dogubomb presents. Dogubomb? Dogu? In association with Raw Fury. This game was made on the back of Pure Rage. A game by Tonda Ross. Rose? Also it won Game of the Year, so like... I also don't know if I should...
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
It's a big house.
The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Blueprints. Day 1. I don't know if I should play this with the mouse and keyboard or controller. I'll start with controller. Oh, no, it's first person. Never mind. We're doing mouse and keyboard. Wait, it tracks how many steps I take? Or something? I don't know. Oh, wait, does it track how many times I enter or leave an area? So because I went outside, then came back in, it now... something changed? You found the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map for an inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. Oh, it's like, Betrayal at House on the Hill. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. I'm gonna belch. Excuse me. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself. But it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the success of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which rooms lie beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. I see. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one step. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. So yeah, I've already lost 2. Room directory. Interesting. Rooms 0 through 1 through 12, 13 through 24, 25 through 36, 37 through 46. Bedrooms, hallways, green rooms, shops, and red rooms. The entrance hall. Past the steps and beyond the grand doors, admission to Mount Holly is granted by way of a dark and garish lobby, suitably called the entrance hall. From here, each guest's adventure begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed onward do not always lead to the same adjoining rooms. Type permanent, blueprint. Rarity not applicable. The antechamber. From its root meaning the room before, all signs and paths point toward the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room, resting on the 9th rank, may prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46. Type blueprint objective. So, from this, it looks like the goal as of now is to just try and make it to the antechamber. Well, the goal is to find room 46. But it's labeled as an objective room, so finding my way there would be very useful. Ace of Spades and Queen of Diamonds. See, it'd be so nice if I had like a like an actual like map in front of me, so that way I could like draw on it and make notes, kind of like all Silent Hill-esque. So you can expect a lot of that. All right. I guess I may take the most straightforward path towards the antechamber. Select a room to draft. The bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. Closet, gain 2. It has 2 items, or just a hallway. Interesting. I get to build the. I get to build the estate. I don't know what good items are right now, so I guess I should start with that. Well, actually, can I... Once you have drawn floor plans, you must select one. Okay. Alright, bedroom it is. Interesting. Got some rest and got two steps back. Giant gold pawn. The trunk is locked. Greetings from Reddington. Can I flip it around? No, I cannot. Okay. The guest room plus 10 steps. The lavatory or the pantry. Get plus 4 coins. It'd be silly to put the guest bedroom next to just the bedroom. That would kind of lock me in. But I'll throw on the guest bedroom because I still have a way to get out. 10 more steps. Cool. It's a very ambient game. Hello? A spare set of car keys. The only car left on the estate should be in the garage. So is there a so it would help me to find a garage. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. All right, let me make a note of this. Billiard room has a math puzzle with the dartboard. Appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. So definitely want to pay close attention to everything. See what I can and can't get my hands on. Oh, whenever I enter the room, I get steps back. Okay. Go with the pantry, because it seems to lead to the same, roughly the same. Right now, I guess my goal right now is to just kind of explore around. Like, open up the mansion and see what I can find. Let's go with the pantry. See what 4 money is about. Banana. Plus 3 steps. Plus 4 coins. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house. Exploring the house next week. 50 steps. It is steps. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough. Okay, so let me make a note of this. So I guess in the pantry. $50 steps. Should be more than enough. $5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. All right. And then leave any change in the pantry. Any change from the order. Leave change in the pantry. Lux coffee. Flour, sugar, ladder. Cannot ladder. It is kind of obvious what you can interact with, although I did pick up a banana. Gems? Gems can be used while drafting to pay for special floor plans. Keys. Keys can be used to unlock locked doors you find in the house. They are steps. Steps represent how much energy you have left for exploring. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 step. When you no longer have any steps left, you must call it a day. Gold coins. Gold coins can be used in shop rooms found on the estate to purchase goods and services. Okay, all right. The chapel. Whenever you enter the chapel, lose 1 gold coin. The nook, get a key, or the den. In a gem. I'd want the den because it's the only way I can keep progressing. Well, I can progress through the chapel, but I don't want to lose the money that I have. We'll go with the den. It suddenly got very, like, ominous in here. I think I need to turn up the audio for this game. There we go. I usually keep the game audio at about like 11 decibels below my own, but this is a very quiet game, so I will remove that like limiter on stuff. What's this? That would be the gem. Okay. I have a limiter set up on game audio, so hopefully it shouldn't ever get scary loud. Because the way is blocked off. It's a fascinating clock. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, good. Correct. Peculiar how the gears don't mesh or connect to anything. They're just there. Fact. Tub. Okay. Breaker box, the parlor. A puzzle piece? Well, parlor it is then. That's the photo we saw at the start. May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always yours, M. Lowry. Nope, there's a second page. There will always be at least 1 box which displays 1 true statement. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. This is funny because I actually came across a puzzle exactly like this not too long ago. Hello? A rather curious wind-up key, a component of the parlor game. That's a purse. Coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, earn an additional coin in interest. Okay, that's neat. This game is not anything like what I thought. This box is the middle box. Okay. So, what were the rules one more time? So, in the parlor, we have, there will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. So, it's a logic puzzle. Or more or less a reason puzzle. But, okay. So, the blue box says this box is the middle box. I think better with my hands when it comes to logic puzzles, so I'm going to write this stuff down. This box is the middle box. The white box says the gems are in the middle box. The gems are in the middle box. This box is the middle box. Okay. So the solution that I found that was interesting with the other thing is that if you do the puzzle correctly, every single time you choose one, you will always be pointed to the same box. Regardless of which one you believe is true, it will always point, like the solution will always point to the same box. So we're gonna section this out into scenarios. In scenario 1, we're going to say blue is true. So if blue is true, that means that blue is in fact the middle box. But now we have to choose which one is false. So we can separate this out into about, I think, 6 different scenarios. No, actually, it's not 6. It's, I believe, maybe it's 9. So, for scenario 1, I'm going to do blue is true, and we'll keep it easy. We'll say that black is lying. Black is false. So, if I assume that blue is telling the truth, and blue is in fact the middle box, and black is the one telling the lie, that black is in fact not the middle box, then that means that white is saying that the gems are in the middle box, which means that the gems are in blue. Make sure I read these correctly. This box is the middle box. This box is the middle box. The gems are in the middle box. Okay. So, scenario 1 says they're in blue. So if we still assume blue is telling the truth, this is a bit more interesting. We'll move on. I'll revisit blue being true. It's gonna be a lot of this. Just a lot of thinking. So if I say black is true, and blue is lying, and blue is false, I should say, not lying, then by virtue of logic, that may mean that the gems are in black. So the logic that applied to the other time of the puzzle is different because they say different things. It all comes down to which one you believe is telling the truth and which one is not. Gems are in black. So scenario 3. We say blue is true. And white is false. Then that would mean that the gems are in black. Because if blue is the middle box, it can't be, and then black can't be the middle box. It's a bit confusing because they both say this is the middle box. Let me grab the notes I got for the other puzzle I did for this. Give me one moment. There we go. Got it. Let me see. What did I write? Yeah, I can't really apply this because the solutions that I had before were slightly different. Before, it was still the blue, white, and black box, but before it said black is false, blue said black is false, white said black is true, and black said a false box contains the key. So I can't apply the same logic, but we can keep going down the list. But I'm also assuming that, like, well, we still have to pick one. So let's see. The gems are in the middle box. This box is the middle box, and this box is the middle box. They're both saying two things, so if one is true, the other has to be false, just by virtue. Continuing on, if I say that black is true and white is false, that means again that the gems are that means the gems are in blue. Scenario 5 is Have we done all the scenarios? Hang on. I think that's technically all the scenarios you can do because there has to be... So, put simply, well, already, by virtue of reasoning, the gems can never be in white. So, getting them out of white is... Opening the white box is never going to yield anything. It's confusing because of the verbiage they chose. Because in this case, if blue is true, then black can't be true. If black is true, then blue can't be true. If white is true, then blue or black has to be false. But knowing which one is the hard part. Are there any other possible clues? Any? Here's back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You have pressed me to write with the particulars of this game. I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with the guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Yours, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box is a prize within. The other 2 are empty. It's weird. I feel like I'm just not given enough information. Because it seems like a coin flip, which doesn't seem right to me. There has to be a contradiction or a paradox somewhere. And that'll tell me the answer. I know I'm spending way too long on this puzzle, but this is how I think about things. This is how I tackle logic puzzles. Alright, what if I just said just white is false, blanket? The gems are in the middle box, so that means the gems can't be in the middle box. So that means either blue is true or black is... Or yeah, either blue is true or black is true. Because if either black or blue is true, then the other, by nature, has to be the inverse. It just stands to reason. White is false, and black is true. Then the gems would be in blue. No. Yeah, that would be true. That would be it, because white says the gems are in the middle box, and if that's false, then that means they're not in the middle box. It's based off too much assumption, though. There's no concrete solution I can come up to. I'm spending way too long on this, and this is the first puzzle of the game. But I was told that, like, this is just the level of, like, everything I'm doing. I don't want to potentially miss out on something. Because I only get one chance. At least I assume I only get one chance. And thankfully, the game's not actually on a time limit, it's on an action limit. Going back through, if blue is true and black is false, then the gems are in blue because white would be telling the truth. If black is true and blue is false, then white would still be true by virtue of being. And I lost my train of thought. It's purely because of the options that I'm given. I don't know. I think I just gotta go for it. Going with blue. I got it wrong. That's it. All that time, and it amounted to nothing. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. Interesting. Ah, it requires a gem to get in there. Okay. Lavatory would end the run. Go to the spare room. You can see outside. Appreciate that they give us a window like that. Oh, it's just a tape for boxes. Corridor is always left unlocked. Storeroom. The Nook. Fifth corridor. The drawing room. Drawing 4 floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items in rooms that will allow you to Redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. It's locked. And it's also locked, so that's it. That's as far as I'm getting today. Oh, wait, no. We still have one more room in the entrance hall. Okay, I do have a functioning sprint. Okay. The courtyard. I don't have a gem, so we'll take the nook. And then I can get a key from here. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventures, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. I have several pieces of paper. All right, now we've officially hit a dead end. No, and I have a key, so I can make my way back. And thanks to the guest bedroom, I have plenty of movement. I'll take this path. The door is locked. Use the key. The hallway, the chapel, or the observatory. +1 light for each time you've drafted observatory. I don't have any gems. I can redraw. The hallway seems pretty good. I'll take the hallway. I'll start by going this way first. Actually, yeah. The storeroom seems pretty good. Gives me a key, some money, and a gem. Coin, a key, and a gem. Fantastic. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. All right, I'll make a note of that. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. So it's a good thing I went down the path of the east wing. Bunk room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms. Commissary. The dining room. Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. No, I need room, so the dining room it is. So I'm at rank 6, so 2 more ranks, and I'm guessing this is the vertical rank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I can get up to here, then that would mean that the dining room would serve a meal. Do we have any notes anywhere? I don't trust anything in this game to not be important, so I'm paying very close attention. At the very least, trying to. I don't want to use this door. I want to use the door back in the drawing room because it lets me trade off if I wanted to. So I'm going to go back to the drawing room. Right, it's locked. No. But I came here anyway. Be a waste of steps to not, but no. I'll take the loss. I'll take the 2-step loss. Passageway, the utility closet for the chapel. 2 gems. I don't know what use the breaker box has. Whenever you enter the chapel, take the breaker box. Keycard entry system. Turn power on for the garage. No, wait. VAC indicators. Keycard entry system. Breaker box. Card. Entry. System. VAC indicators? These shit from off to green to red. Off, green, red, and then read, red. And then just, oh nope, didn't want to do that. What is that? That says cabinet. And that's missing a switch. And we have this big long thing with nothing. Looks like a bunch of copper coils. So, gymnasium, dark room, garage, and cabinet. of it. Then the cabinet's missing. Go. I don't know what exactly use that serves, so we'll keep that in mind. Drawing of painting the world and then plane. It's also locked. Well, if this door is also locked, then yes, I want to use the drawing room. Closet. Less likely to find items laying around the house. Redraw. East Hall wing. Perfect. Continue exploring. And that door is open too. Fuck. That's a dead end. All right, well, all I can do is call it a day. I can't progress further, so. Tomorrow you awake to find the room to the estate as well as your current inventory will have been reset. Call it. Mount Holly East facing cottage. East wing favor. Total room 16. Rank reached 6. Steps taken 39. Items found 2. An east facing cottage. Save and continue. Day 2. It's weirdly roguelike. I mean, I can also just turn around and walk around outside. I'm going to do that now because I can. There's nothing saying I can't. Boarded up. God damn. I'd imagine when there's less fog, this site is beautiful. The waterfall is beautiful. There's areas built into the fucking cliffside. Ooh, I'm in a storage tunnel. Very hard to see. There's a torch here. There's no jump button. Can't get beyond. Heavy droning ambience. Right, I can also sprint. I don't need to just take in this. I don't need to just drink it all in. Hello? Just an iron slab. Private drive. This is a different look. This is a different area altogether. Campsite with a fire still lit too. Yep, this is also an area. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint. Excuse me. Call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu and tab to return to the campsite for the night. Got it. So this is where I'm staying. I have a little plush that's kind of cute. So this is where I sleep. Excuse me. Take the second day to explore the grounds. There's a 4-digit padlock. We'll revisit this. I'm certain we'll have more information eventually. And there's another door over here. This looks like a bunker. I can't do anything with this gate. There's no obvious mechanism. I think that'll be it for now in terms of exploring the grounds. I can't crouch, can I? That, yeah, let's do that. Turn smooth look off. Stroll. It's not called sprint, it's called stroll. What is this? Other room directory, okay. Entrance hall, spare room. An unfurnished, unfinished, and otherwise unremarkable empty room. If there had at some point been plans for this spare room, it would seem those designs are now long forgotten. Drafted one time. The parlor. This cozy lounge furnished with couches and armchairs served as the perfect social setting for receptions and after parties. Consequently, this was one of the most popular rooms for entertaining, and the late H.S. Sinclair was known to supply a myriad of parlor games to encourage his guests to think and conversate. Puzzle, blueprint, commonplace, one time. The storeroom. A dedicated storage space filled from end to end with a surplus of chairs, carpets, paintings, and a handful of other things that had at one time been in vogue and on display elsewhere in the house. Type blueprint, dead end. The Nook. A snug corner reading room which serves as a quiet, private place for guests to spend a few hours of their afternoon away from the hustle and bustle of the staff. Blueprint, commonplace, one time. The Den. A more traditional family room, warm and inviting. So comfortable one might assume that the countless clocks surrounding the sofas are placed in a futile attempt to avoid inevitably wasting the entire day here. Blueprint, commonplace, one time. Pantry. A well-stocked pantry is always the true test of a large estate, and keeping Mount Holly's wide gamut of ingredients and supplies stocked has always been one of the primary priorities of the house staff. What is gamut? I've never heard of that word. I'm sure I have, actually. I just don't remember. Gamut. Oh, it's a gamut. A wide gamut. A complete range or scope of something, or a complete scale of musical notes, the compass or range of a voice or instrument. So, the complete range or scope of something. Wide gamut of ingredients, so complete scope of ingredients. Supply stocked has always been one of the primary priorities of the house staff. Blueprint, commonplace, one time. Zero! Hello, welcome! We're doing puzzles. I'm learning. I've already failed once, so we're gonna do this great. It's gonna be great. Drawing room, a social sitting room adorned wall to wall with artwork and drawings. An unfinished sketch of your uncle sits on an easel in the middle of the room, providing a vivid image of what were presumably his final days, depending on when the project was abandoned. Cost 1 gem, drafting, blueprint, rarity commonplace, drafted one time. Utility closet. One benefit of the restoration of old buildings is that it allows the owners to update and add modern amenities. The utility closet and the circuit breaker box within were set up when gas-powered lighting was retired and replaced by a more fashionable home electrical system. Type mechanical, blueprint, and dead end. Rarity standard, one time. The dining room. An intimate and warm room with a large dining table boasting a serving tray with a silver dome cover. Dinner is served here each evening. Blueprint, standard, one time. The bedroom. A familiar room that you may have slept in at some prior visit in the past. Like most bedrooms of the estate, these quarters offer you a little rest and recuperation during your long days exploring the surrounding rooms. Type entry, bedroom, commonplace, one time. The guest bedroom. A small bedroom maintained and kept available for accommodating weekend guests and impromptu visitors who find themselves compelled to stay the night. Type bedroom, dead end. Rarity commonplace, drafted one time. Hallway, one of the many nondescript hallways snaking through the estate and providing elegant causeways between the more noteworthy destinations that the house has to offer. Hallway, commonplace, one time. East Wing Hallway. This fenestrated hallway overlooks the east side of the estate grounds, and is warmed in the early day by the light of the rising afternoon sun. Type hallway, unusual, and one time. Corridor. A long hall with 2 doors at either end that had been one of your uncle's most frequently traveled rooms. Consequently, he had left strict instructions with the household staff that the doors of this corridor should never, under any circumstance, be locked. Hallway, commonplace, one time. That's very convenient, now that I understand how locking doors kind of works. Alright, what else? Now that that's done, I think we've explored as far outside as we can currently get. Because I don't think I can open this. I cannot. What if I just... Can I just reach over and unlock it that way? No. What's this? What's that little thing there? Oh, it's a bird. Never mind. Jump over the fence. Unfortunately, there's no jump button. Why does holding Z move me forward? Hang on. There's more to this that I'm not seeing. Okay, C brings that up. N, M, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, Q. Q moves me to the left. Z moves me forward. Why? R does that. T, Y, U, I, P. Caps lock, shift, control, alt, tilde, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, minus, equals, backspace, slash, enter, right shift, command, function, anything. Okay. Why does Q move me to the left and Z move me forward? That's so bizarre. Like, there's no controls options. Like, you can't remap the controls. That's something worth noting. I'm gonna make a note of that. Yeah, that's so bizarre. Okay, so I've never seen the game do something like that. But I'd imagine this game, but like, I don't trust a thing in this game. So for now, I'm just thinking that that's going to mean something eventually. Because this game seems reasonably smart. Okay. I can attempt the parlor again. I'll attempt the parlor again, see if the puzzle is actually different. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays false statements. Only one box has a prize within. The other two are always empty. Rather curious wind-up key, component of the parlor game. Okay. You are in the parlor. This box is empty. The blue box is true. Okay, this makes more sense to me. Okay, all right. So the puzzle does change. I like this. And black. Back to the scribblings. So, you are in the parlor. This box is empty. And the blue box is true. All right, so once again, jumping into scenarios. So, the thing is, though, that neither of these kind of hint at where the treasure, like the reward is. Yes, it is a logic puzzle. It's exactly a logic puzzle. Okay, so right off the bat, if blue is true, that I am in the parlor, which I am. If blue is true, that means black is true. Which means that white is false. Because one of them, Because if blue is true and black is true, then one still has to be false, and that has to be white, which means that the white box is empty. That means white is not empty. So, and if black is true, then that means blue is true, which means, again, that white is false. And if white is true, then that would mean black is false. That means black or blue are false, which just creates a paradox because they both can't be false. Well, both of them can be false, but like the logic just doesn't play out. So it has to be in the white box. Like this it has to be in here. Ha ha! Hell yeah. Definitely feel like I made up for last time. Thank you, Zero. All right, so I should be able to go over to the left by one more. But I kind of want to save the bedroom for later. So I'll go with the den for now. Get another gem. Now I have 3 gems. We'll go all the way to the west this time. Open the nook since it's the only one with another door. Get a key. Ah, yeah, got that one already. The bedroom, the corridor, the spare room. I'll take the corridor. I can bet that like having the guaranteed unlock of the corridor would be very beneficial at some point. The commissary, the pantry. Take the pantry, get some money. Plus 2 steps. Okay. Go with the spare room. Should I? Because there's none moving me further towards the antechamber, so we'll go with the spare room. No, I don't want that yet. I'll take the passageway. I'll pay the 2 gems for it. Oh, this is narrow. I don't like this. I'd imagine doors are more likely to be locked the further in you go. The weight room. Lose half my steps? Jesus! Give me the bedroom. Yeah, goddamn. So, what do you know about this game, Zero? It is locked. Good thing I have a key. Yes, bedroom, the drawing room. Yeah, we'll go with the drawing room. No. All right, we'll go with the drawing room. because that way it at least continues the path. Called it. I'm out of keys, so I have to start backtracking. Back to the passageway. But I get 2 points back. Hallway. Perfect. It's so ambient. Just the droning. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. Same as before. Damn it. Security. View inventory of all items currently in the house. I don't have any gems. I'll take the storeroom so I can get some more of these. I have a key now, so I can progress. I will venture back this way so I can get the benefits of the bedroom. Let's see. Commissary, observatory, +1 light for each time you drafted the observatory. What is light? Let's find out what this light thing is. I'm also not looking around much because I got the coin purse before in the parlor and I didn't look that closely. The Fixed Stars, The Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt, Ben Aries, Bird & Sons Publishing, 1809. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations. Impress your friends and discover this joy of stargazing. North Star, +1 gold. Right. Oh, I'm gonna draw down all of these bitches. North Star +1 gold. The twins. 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. I love a game that makes me take notes. I love this shit. The Slice. Diamondus Minor, +1 gem. This is the strangest roguelike I've ever played. next time I can go outside, I should look up at the sky. The Southern Cross. With 4 doors are more common today. The Farmer's Apple. Weird how it has like the little bitty star. Apples are extra delicious. Love that when my apples are extra delicious. Clavis, the key. The key. They call it clavis. Plus 1 key. Diamondus Major. Plus 5 gems. Draxus the Dead. That's ominous. I like how Diamondus Major is just straight up just a diamond. Versus Diamondus Minder, which is just like literally just like a sideways square. Major. Plus 5 gems. Draxus the Dead. Why that one doesn't have lines drawn on it. I don't know what's going on. My handwriting is weird. I just wrote the with 2 T's, and I don't know why I did that. there's so many stars. Jesus. Why is there gotta be so many stars in the sky? The sale. Everything is 50% off. That's pretty good. Florealis, bloom of the sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Draw the shape and then fill in the stars after. I like how Florealis is drawn. That's cool. There, 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 This is why I liked the Zero Escape games, because they like give you like an on-screen thing to let you take notes, so you're not just kind of looking at nothing for a bit. Also, that's all of them. Cool. Florealis. Florealis. Bloom of the sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers. Wink. Today. All right, cool. Now I have that. Little more. Or not. The fact that it lets me interact with those is suspicious. I imagine that's as far as it goes. Yes. But can I look down that now, actually? No. Ah. Well, how high can I raise it? That's high. That's as high as it goes. Okay. Can I just fall? No. Rotator all the way back around. There we go. Now we can look outside. Okay, we got North Star. Cool. Oh. So that's what it means. That's what the light thing means. We gain 1 star every time we come in here. So, yeah, because we got the North Star, we get 1 gold. Okay. So, but there are some that are just bad. What happens when we hit Florealis and go beyond that? Would it just reset? Would it just reset back to the North Star? But then again, I also don't have to look through the telescope. Okay. None of these lead me deeper into the house, unfortunately. Take the guest bedroom so I can get some this back. Oh, sweet. That wasn't even part of the deal, but I got a gem for it. Yeah, that's the note that talks about the billiards room. So definitely be observant and see if there's anything like hidden on shelves or on tables or something like that. The music is cool. I like it. All right, back to the hallway. It's funny to me how I did all that for not wanting to attach the guest room to the bedroom before, just because I was just like, that just seems tacky. Oh, damn it. Experimental house features. No, I'll choose the chapel just so I don't have to use it because I'm not going in there. Right, it's locked. But I don't have to use the chapel, but I can make my way through all the way back to the entrance. Now that I have... that's the wrong way. Now that I have a lot more steps in me. I keep forgetting that I can sprint. I feel like I need to walk everywhere, but I don't. The dark room. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting in this room. I want the utility closet just so I have it somewhere in the house. Gymnasium, dark room, and garage, still the same. Turn the garage back on. Turn keycard entry system off. What the hell is this? Do I want to try to turn all of them purple? So pressing a blue button inflicts blue on the others, on the ones on the opposite side. Pressing a purple button just turns it blue. I did it. I think. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. The kitchen. The main course is served only in the dining room. Today's main course, porterhouse steak. A delightfully expensive steak cut, bone-in and extra marbled for maximum tenderness. Perfect dish for those who love extravagance. Plus 20 steps, plus an additional 10 steps if you have a showroom in your house. The main course is served only in the dining room. I can order stuff. Banana, club sandwich, bacon and eggs. 10 steps and add morning room to today's draft pool. Well, if I can get 2 more, that'd be cool to have bacon and eggs. I should have looked around in the parlor again to see if I could find the coin purse. Well, at least it's good information. So I'm gonna write that down. That the kitchen tells you what's in the dining room. Kitchen tells. Main course in dining room. Also, I think coin purse was in parlor. How far away was the parlor? It's right there. Okay. At least this is where I remember the coin purse being. I remember being like on this table. Maybe not. This is a game of knowledge is power, so the more knowledge you have, the more powerful you become. Shouldn't stray too far from learning new things, so back into the kitchen. There's no water. That's unfortunate. There's a dog food bowl. The boudoir, the dark room, the courtyard. The boudoir would stop me, so... go with the dark room. Okay, so the lights went out, but if I go to the breaker, will I be able to turn the lights back on? Whoops. Yes, it does exactly that. What does that say? Hang on. I think that's the note from before that was like, doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. So blurry, it's hard to make out what's on it. Some of the maids. That's my uncle. Sinkako. This? What appears to be a broken lever could be proved to be useful. Okay. Broken lever in the dark room. That's the locked gate out front. Was she pretty? Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing. as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark to keep an eye on that. It was too dark, so keep an eye on that. Okay, so that means her ladyship's room is in the West Wing. As well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. It's the same as before, right? I think so. All just the same pictures. Oh, that one's much clearer. Oh, this one's nice. That open drawer has me curious. The fact that there's like these tracing lines over everything has me curious. So maybe there's a more clear version of this photograph somewhere. Like this one's clear as can be. None of the ones hanging up. There's nothing in this photograph that immediately stands out to me as potential hint for the padlock. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. Experimental house features. This would finish the house, unless I... Nope, it would finish the house completely. I can turn off affect the lights in the gymnasium, but I also don't have the gymnasium. Oh, I have to go with the closet. A single ivory die plus that. While drafting, you may use the dice to roll new floor plans. And a genuine lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. Well, that would have been nice to have, so. Keep note of certain items, so. Write down what the coin purse did. Coin purse equals +1 coin for every +3 coins. Lucky rabbits. What? Greater chance of finding items. Now I'm curious as if turning the lights off in here would actually help some. The broken lever could prove useful. I can't think of anywhere I might be able to make use of a broken lever, though. Not yet, anyway. Regardless, I think I'm done. I can't go any further. So I think I have to call it a day. MT Mount Holly Charming Cottage. Still rooms 20. Rank reached 6. Steps taken 54. Items found 3. This is a strange ass game. Day 3. Did flowers change? I guess start by going forward. The nook, the hallway, the parlor. Start with the parlor again. The wind-up key. This box is the white box. This box is the black box. The blue box contains the gems. So if blue is true, this is the black box. There's no contradictory statements. Blue box contains the gems. There is no blue box. Well, actually, no, not necessarily. If this is the white box and this is false, that would make this the blue box. So I have to say this is false. This is true. And the blue box contains the gems. So that means yeah. So that would mean this box is false, which makes this the blue box. This is false. That means this is the blue box. This is true. That means this is the white box. But it can't. That can't be true. This one can't be true as the white box because this is the white box. But if this is false. So it has to be this one. Hell yeah. I'm so proud of myself. I'll take the closet. The reroll, the ivory die, and then a gem. That works. I was really hoping for the lucky rabbit's foot. Okay, what kind of trouble can I make here? Storeroom, the nook, or the utility closet. This is what I was dreading. But we just began, so it's way too early to start using the die. So I'll take the storeroom because it's a dead end. The key, gem. See if there's anything else in here I could possibly take. I'm not seeing anything. All right. So. I'll use the spare room. Get me a bit further away from everything else. Then the nook, so I can get that key. Very good. Why are the windows boarded up? This is the corner of the house. The West Wing Hall. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any staff something may draft something. Take a screenshot of that. Commissary. It's the only one that turns left. I'll spend a gem for that. Digiblocks? Can I play Digiblocks? Is that a cigarette vending machine? Annual Maids Day sale. 2 days only. All items up to 50% off. All staff welcome. Day 20 and 21. Okay. So. Day 20 and 21. What's the commissary? Commissary 50% off. I'm gonna forget about that. I'm certain of it. Buy a gem, a sledgehammer, a set of gems, and running shoes. Okay. I know I didn't have enough gems for, like, stuff for that, so I don't know what happened. I was hoping I could get, like, an explanation of stuff. It'd be sure swell if I could just take all those gems. Without. The commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Commissary close from day 12 day 16. With spiral staircase without the Diamondus Minor? Commissary clue with spiral staircase. Without Diamondus Minor. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it's doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. A terminal password, something that starts with an S. So electronic computer terminals are in security and laboratory. The password, something that starts with an S. Mrs. Babbage? Question mark? Maybe there's a house manager's office or room? We can get the observatory, we can get the den. Want the den. More doors. We might find more stuff we can use, more items potentially. Bedroom, the guest bedroom, the corridor. Go with the bedroom. A moon pendant around her neck. A lot of bizarre artwork in this room. Cannot take the top hat. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. The observatory, so I can get another star. It's weird how I saw that reset. So the next star would be the twins, which is 2 trunks added to the entrance hall. Oh, can I just look? I don't have to set it? Twins. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. Let's see what that's all about. And they're locked. All right, I'll use 1 key to open the chest. Okay. And 2 rerolls. That's really good, actually. But I don't want to start spending my keys on that yet. Pantry sent me back towards the engine room. Okay. Pretty good. Some more money. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges still. Yep, it's as I expected. Reroll. The Rumpus Room. Coat check. Check 1 item and retrieve it on another day. me into the rumpus room. Alzara. Can't move.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Whoa. I was not expecting that to be a whole ass cutscene. That's really cool. Oh, okay, so I think that means that, like, in total you can find 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. I think actually 50 steps should be more than enough to be able to get to the end of the game. Interesting. That was really cool. That whole sequence is very, very cool. It was very ambiguous, though. Not quite sure what it all means yet. No, redraw those floor plans again. Better, I guess. Look at the chapel, and now I'm gonna go back and actually go back to the commissary. I really was hoping that it had I was really hoping that it had a key. I'm gonna make a note of these items too, though. Just I don't know what they do, but I make note that they exist. Running shoes. might have something to do with the gymnasium, actually. And the sledgehammer. I might be able to break through a locked door, actually. Because I can't keep anything. You know what? The knowledge is power. So I can get both, actually. Sledgehammer. Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Shatter padlocks on locked trunks. And then the running shoes. Occasionally see steps when traveling longer distances. Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the state and grounds. Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the state and grounds. Sweet. Okay, so that means I can actually go back to the entrance hall and smash open that crate. Bang. Fuck yeah. Now I gotta go through all this. +2. Running shoes, hell yeah. And here we are back here. And I don't have any money, so it can't take any from me. Ha! Steal some money from the chapel. Some interesting... Very interesting. This definitely looks important. So, one looks like gardener. Do you have a 2? Do. 2 is chef. Three is, I guess, farmer? Four would be chimney sweep. Five would be the maid. Six would be the jockey. 7 up here looks like the king. No keys. The billiard room is a puzzle, okay. There's a math puzzle in here involving the dartboard. It doesn't have anything to do with knowing the rules of darts. So plus, minus, times, divide, plus, minus, times, divide. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, so 9 and 6, so I guess maybe 3? Nope. No, okay. 15? Yeah, there we go. That's 3 times, so 30 and 12, so 42? What gives me 42? No. 20, 15. 2? Yeah, that worked. Okay. So 20? No. 20, 15, 2. Oh, wait, so maybe this little thing means minus. So 13 minus 3 would be 14. Okay. So now what does this one mean? So I guess maybe multiply by 3 times 3. Yeah, okay. So All right, now we're getting a little bit more complicated, but I like that. So we have plus 10 minus 5 times 4. So good old PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's the order of operations. So we don't have parentheticals. We don't have exponents. So multiplication. So we do 4 times 10. And then minus 5 would be 35. So yeah, you can't do that. Because it has to be within 20. So 10 minus 5 is 5 times 4 is 20. No, it's, wait. Yeah, no, it is. 5 times 4 is 20. Fuck yeah. 2 keys. Sick nasty, let's go. I'm deeply pleased by that. That was fun. That's a cool little puzzle. We can make it to layer 7 or rank 7. The dining room. It might have been the dining room where I got the coin purse. I don't remember. No, they all point me away. Shit. Drawing room has to be at them. It's gonna be locked, isn't it? Yep. Spread gems in each green room. Well, I don't have any other green rooms aside from the patio. This is a neat place. Gem. Buried below. Occasionally, you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With the shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Okay, so make a note of that. Find a shovel. I'm gonna write that down. Shovel. Add that to my growing item list. I see. This room counts as 2 bedrooms. Opportunity to earn and spread money. You're more likely to draw green rooms while crafting. No, we'll go with this. We'll go with the bunk room. It's a Hammy. Look at the little guy. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh my god, he moves around. Hello. Hello, little guy. Aren't you just precious? Oh, I love him. I love him. I want my own. It's a quaint little place. I like it. Is that an Atari? Wait, can I pick this up? What does that say? Turtles of Vera? I can't crouch or zoom. The Trisdale Mystery? Flashlight would be useful. Ooh, money. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys and I will not have to share my room and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his plane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today's a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside. All right, hang on. Let me grab another piece of paper. I'm definitely going to lose track of all these notes. 100%. In the bushes outside, but I got it back. And if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday. And I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me. And today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long, long time ago. Hopefully you will find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how he survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home, Simon. So Simon and Herbie. That's kind of a cute ending for that. Also, model airplane in the bushes outside. Model airplane in the bushes outside? Question mark? How did this hamster survive? Camp Colonel. They have spears. Oh, well. I'm about to pass out, so this run is done. Yep, there I go. You have used all your steps and must now call it a day. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow. However, the house might be a little bit different. Mount Holly, Rustic Villa. Total rooms 22. Rank reached 7. Steps taken 65. Items found 2. New rooms 6. Day 4. Alright. First thing I want to do is look outside in the bushes. No, still no luck with that. Scratching my ear. Ugh. I'm not quite sure what having a model airplane would do for me, but I can't see the stars from here, so alright, no. I will not spend another point going out further until I need to. Start with the east wing. Starting off with the bedroom, alright. Look around for items. I appreciate like how sometimes the depending on where the rooms are built, they'll have windows. I think that's really neat. Strange modern architecture. Not architecture, art. Den. So I need to make it some level of deeper into the house first. Yoink. Parlor. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure was on the parlor before. This box is the black box. This box is the blue box. The box that claims to be black has the gems. Okay, so if this is true, this is also true. That means this is false. So that means that this would be the white box. If this was false, that make this the white box, making this the blue box. No. No, yeah. If this is false, that makes this makes this the blue box. Yeah. It can't be the black. If this is false, it's the blue box. So that means, but that can't be true because this says this is the blue box. So it would be this one. Yes! Damn, I just did really fucking poorly the first time. Damn, it'd be so great to get rid of the chapel early. Throw the spare room there. But then, actually, and go to the den and use up some other stuff. Give it the courtyard. Yeah, because I don't have the court. I've never been in the courtyard yet. There's a dirt pile. Guess this is locked. Yep. It'd be real nice if we could use this one to get rid of a bad room. Or at least a room I don't want. Give me the guest room. A key. You're more likely to draw green rooms while drawing. Closet. The ivory die. I guess I should write that one down. I haven't written that what the ivory die does. Ivory die. Failed crafting. You may use this to roll new floor plans. Whoa. Took 2 screenshots by complete accident. Alright, and then it's this. A black silk sleep mask. The first time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask gains 5 steps. That's pretty good. Sleep mask. The first time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask, gain 5 steps. So I can actually go back out and gain 5 more steps from the guest bedroom. Yeah. I can dip into here. Yeah, sweet. Few extra steps. Open this way up. Give me the nook. Security. Give me security. Whoa. That's me. It me. No, I don't move with me. Blue memos equals true, red memos equal lie. Oh, okay. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked is a lie. I shouldn't line that through. I lined through it, but instead I should write the truth, so it's still useful information. More likely to be unlocked. I think that goes also true for the memo in the commissary, right? Oh, I do move. That's neat. So the cameras are in every single room. What makes these ones special? There's a vault. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Press enter. View estate inventory, keycard system, log into network. There are doors within the estate that can be unlocked with an electromagnetic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. Keycard system settings. Security level medium, offline mode locked. Change online mode. This mode determines the default setting. Security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. The general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. Determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. E.g., you should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting and 5 to 6 with a high setting. So we'll go with low. Until I get access to the breaker room. Return to security menu. View estate inventory. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. Log into network, terminal password. Okay. We'll have to revisit that. If I get the breaker room out, then I can just completely disable that. Ah, I'm not that cool. But I can get the chapel out of the way. And it'd be real swell if I could get the breaker room right next to it. Damn it. Storeroom. Coin, but I'm going to lose a key and a gem. Pantry. Apple. You know what? Give me the nursery. Plus 5 steps and plus 5 more from the sleep mask. A gem. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds were around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who always wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. Fun little story, that. Nothing else here. Oh, shit. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked, and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. The antechamber is locked. And access levers are required for entry. It's the same notice as before. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. So higher ranks equals more locked doors. And how do I want to word this? And higher likelihood of security of keycard doors. That just makes sense. Right, the spare room. Fuck, no. Well, wasted a step. Passageway. Shit. Ah, this must be a security door. Security door is locked by electronic keycard. Same thing? No, this one's not locked. The dark room. Ah, and I can't see the pictures either. Oh, that's bad. All right, I need the utility closet. Turn the keycard system off. Turn the gymnasium. Turn all these on. There we go. I did it again. So now that I've turned that off, if I go back to the security room, I'm more likely to come across more security doors, but they'll just be allegedly free to open. So I should just be able to open this. Yes. You're more likely to draw red runes while drafting. Launder currency? I want to save the corridor. Oh, I don't have any gems. More likely to draw red rooms, I guess. There's a dirt pile, but I don't have a shovel. Okay. So I'm actually going to run back to the security room. So I might be fucking myself over by doing this, but I'm going to see if it works this way anyway. So keycard system. Keycard system settings. Set it to high, so I'm more likely to come across doors that require key cards. And when the power is out, they should be unlocked. Perfect. Back around and through. I use a key here. Aquarium. Aquarium is every color of room. Lose half your movement. And then the dining room. God damn, the weight room is brutal. But it makes up for it by having by being a four-way intersection. I don't have any gems, so I have to go with the dining room. I think I can actually, if I'm real smart about this, I could. No, I can't. Oh, yeah. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked, which means it's doors. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be unlocked, or doors in the East Wing are more likely to be locked. Fuck. Lavatory it is. Or re-roll. While drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. Ever? That might have just killed me. This has been a pretty solid run thus far, though. August 22nd, 85. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marian Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book Swimbird had been chosen as the Herald Literary Metal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was of course for her debut effort. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. January 27th, 86. Swimbird author never considered herself success. By Gail Hermes, Herald staff writer. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I had always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime. And so as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there." Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red. A statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed that book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. November 11th, 86. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard, questioned. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Black Water, continued on page 12. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy. The charges were later dropped. Marigold, November 17th, Reddington Herald. Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality Marian Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner, Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, who Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Manning and White at press function. Was seen at the corner suspicious bag waved down a local man. This is the 3rd major last year. It is anticipated. Charged by the Crown, Manning was the last. The trial begins on Tuesday. Expected to last up to with grand treason. February 22nd, 87. No trace is discovered of Cinca Eris but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Marian Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Mrs. Jones never arrived home and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out-of-character incident at this point, and we are seeking information. Priceless Jewels, September 2nd, Reddington Herald. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic royal museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Ares have broken into one of the crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles, at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orinda Ares, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Unfortunately, I believe I am well over time, and I believe I need to save and quit. So, damn it, I'd have to call it a day. No, I'll keep going until this day is over. But I do have stuff I need to do. On the bright side, this is turned off. Archived floor plan. Got it. Looks like I can find items laying around in your house. The observatory. I don't know. The thing is that sucks with this is that it might be a dead end. Go with the observatory. Oh, right. I can't. I guess I'll take the maid's chamber. Oh, but this is a bedroom though, so. What was that? I think it was the door. Staff notice. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Ms. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. Mrs. Babbage. What do I got? Yeah, that's good, but bad too, because I was hoping to use it to get into the antechamber. The locksmith. Take the archive. What do we got? The weight room. Oh no. Fuck. Unlocked, okay. Well, we're being led very far away from the antechamber, but it's not like it's gonna help because I don't have a The hell was that? What was that bell? Anyway, math time. 15. 1 plus 3 plus 7, that's 11. 12 minus 5 minus 4. That's 3. 14 minus 7 times 2 is 14. 12 minus 3 times 1 is 9. Sick. I'm going every way but the way that I want to go. Oh, wait, the garage. I don't have any gems. The basketball court? The gymnasium. Whenever you enter the gymnasium, lose 2 steps. Jeez, that's painful. I don't have any, damn it. Well, I got some points back. Yeah, and that's a double bunk bed. So I just got 20 more steps back from that. Hell yes. 2 more keys? Hello, Hammy. Oh, I'm so much more step rich. Alright, I'm curious if I can be like super lucky and have this. Nah, okay. Throw in the coat check. Check an item. Honestly, the sleeping mask is really good. You can retrieve this item on any day you have a coat check in your house. So I won't get it back. And I won't be using it anymore, but it's still really damn good. Commissary. And archived. It has to be the archived. It's the East Wing Hall. Combine inventory to create new items. What? Well, unfortunately, I don't have any items on me anymore. What? Metal detector? Greater chance of finding keys and money. That's really good. Can I combine the sleep mask with the metal detector? I am deathly curious. This is unlocked. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. Order placed. Cool. Simon P. Jones, Mount Holly Estate, Fen Aries 63080. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would probably be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate. But with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him, so do both of us a favor. Be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator. Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night, and don't spend all your time each day playing dirigiblocks. Oh, thanks, Dad. Utility room fuse box. Oh, shit. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client has provided. Okay. Okay. Press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. Well, I've already figured that out. I figured that out already. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender, as he no longer is employed with our staff. What does that say? I can't tell. I kind of want to go and get the sleep mask again and see if I can combine it with something. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I'm going for it. Oh, wait, no, I can just go into the coat check. Yeah, retrieve item, this. Have a great day, thank you. Ah, I cannot combine them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go coat check both of these. Oh, I've already checked an item. Please retrieve before taking another. Okay, so I can only check one thing at a time. Okay. Well, in that case, call it a day. Save and quit. Call it. Mount Holly, Scarlet Inn. 7 red rooms, 6 bedrooms. Total rooms 32. Rank reached 9. Steps taken 98. Items found 3. New rooms 11. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Blueprints. So, thank y'all so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Bye!